Hello everyone, it's Charlotte here. Happy Wednesday and welcome to my home. So do you remember the last video we did collage boards? This is the one we did on camera, and then I went on and did all of these with the Cheerio boxes, and I had a different box. Let's see, this was a different box. And just because I had everything out, I went ahead and did it. So the other half to this big Cheerio box, I finished. And I'm going to show that to you, and then we are going to do that on this here. So this is what I came up with. And let me move this so that that background doesn't get annoying. This has some, I did some napkin decoupage, and I know that it's going to be hard for you to see that here, but this is a bird and I cut the head off, and I wanted you to see that. Let's see if I can find the piece that's got the little bit of head. I mean, that just sounds so awful, but I wanted you to see it because it's just not a big deal. Like here is that same bird, and you can tell it's a bird, but it doesn't have the beak because the beak got cut and is on another tag. So you can't even tell by looking at this that this was a bird, and it's just really, really pretty. This one, I went ahead and I put some stickers on. This is a rub-on right here. This is a part of a napkin. This is a rub-on. Here is the bird, the part of the head that got cut off, and look at, you can't tell, it's just really cute. This is, I had cut a rub-on bottle in half. That's where that goes, and you can't tell. And on this, it looks fantastic. There's a sticker there. Here is a piece of napkin decoupage. Napkin decoupage here. And then here is a rub-on and a napkin. And then I've got a couple rub-ons and napkin decoupage there and here. And then a sticker and napkin and a sticker. The reason I'm showing you this is because I got a comment yesterday, and the question was, when you're laying your board out and you're doing your collage, are you visually placing things depending upon where you're going to cut them? Now, I typically cut at 2.5 inches. These are 2.5 inches because I think that size is really great for a tag. If in my mind, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at something and I can kind of visualize 2.5 inches, I don't work that way because I want everything to be really, really random. I think it's your end result is a huge surprise. It's not laid out, planned out. You don't know when you cut what you're going to get. And as a matter of fact, sometimes I'll do a board, and when I go to cut, I'll cut on this side just so that I don't see what I'm doing, so I'm not like, well, I want this whole flower here, so I'm going to cut over here. No, I don't do that at all. And then I think what you end up getting is not only a surprise, it's just incredible. This was the end, and so that is why this is wider, because this was left over the end. So this was part of the end as well, but the rest of it is at 2.5 inches. And that's why I wanted to show you that I had cut the head of this bird off, but you can't even tell that that's a bird. It's just a really pretty pattern. And he's missing his beak, but I don't think you would notice that either. And so when you do this, if it would bother you to do that, then maybe this wouldn't be the right thing for you. Maybe you would be better off taking a tag and then collaging on each individual tag if you really are going to be, you're not going to care for the look of maybe something that was cut in half that you didn't want cut in half. So just beware of that, and I would say go for it anyway. Give it a try. Just do it, because I think you're really gonna like the outcome. So today, what I wanted to do on this is take and do some decoupaging with some pieces of napkin, and also do some rub-ons. So let's start with the rub-ons. I have this large bottle here that I don't really know what to do with, so I think we're going to put it on here. And if I cut it in half, I cut it in half. I'm not going to worry about it at all. Let's go ahead and put him just right here. And of course, I don't have anything. This might work. I didn't bring anything over really to use to, missed a little piece right there. So look at how pretty that is. Now this is where you can stamp. If you want to stamp, you can use washi tape. You can put on this board anything that you want. So let's use this rocking horse. So I know I've heard from several of you that say, I have so many rub-ons and I don't know what to do with them. Well, get them out and use them here. Use them on your board, because when you have them on your individual tags, they're going to look great. And if you end up cutting them, you cut them. It's not that big a deal. Could we use another? Let's do some napkin work first, and then see if we have a place for some more rub-ons. Now I have a couple pieces of napkin here. I've got this beautiful piece here that I would love to use. Love to use this butterfly. So I'd like to use the butterfly, and I'd like not to cut it in half, but if I cut it in half, that's going to give you a good example of what your tag's going to look like. So I'm not going to worry about it. We don't want to worry about it. Maybe put him just right there like that. Let's do it. This is supposed to be totally random. And if you get a piece that you don't like, don't worry about that either, because you can put something on top of it once you've cut your tag out. You can put a piece of ephemera on it. You can put a piece of lace on it. There's plenty you can do. But you know, I'm like, what's not to like? And if you've never done this and you're thinking about it and you're a little bit nervous, I would say when you go to cut it, turn it upside down and cut it. And then when you flip it over, you'll be amazed. You'll really just be amazed at how cute things are. Let's see, maybe put that right there. You don't want to give too much thought, because if you do, then you overthink it, and then you plan it, and then it's not random, and you're less likely to take that chance. But if you really are somebody that doesn't care for random, then I don't know, maybe you're just gonna have to go for it. Take that chance and go for it. Here's another butterfly. Let's see if we can use him somewhere. Maybe down here. Now, if there's something, if I have an image that I really, really like and I would not want to cut it, then definitely I would, in my mind, think of, okay, where's 2.5 inches? And then I would put it where I knew it was not going to get cut. And maybe put this here like that. So we are just going over. We're not planning this out. We are just using it and putting it. I mean, you can see, you can tell right here that you can still kind of see through that napkin onto that image. I think I would like something to break this up a little bit. So maybe we put that there. We still can see some cupcakes. Just give it a try and see if you like the process. I happen to love this. And then it's even more fun when you cut it, you see what you've got, and then you can decorate it. So maybe just a little bit more of this napkin. Be right here. And you want to make sure when you do the napkin that you Mod Podge, Collage Podge, whatever is your preference, matte medium, whatever you like to use. I am using Collage Podge. You want to make, excuse me, you want to make sure that you have that down so that when you do go to cut it, it isn't going to rip. If you have edges that are sticking up, it may rip. So I've got a pink flower here, and I'm looking at this brown, and I know this will be the top of a tag, and I don't really like that brown. So I'm thinking I am going to put a little bit of this here like that, so it's not so brown. Make sure that I get it down pretty well. Okay, I'm gonna say that's enough for the napkin. I mean, the board itself is just pretty, isn't it? All the colors, all the textures. But I do have some more rub-ons that I'd like to use, and I did pull some washi tape. I have a cloche that I love. This cloche here, this rub-on. And I'd really like to put it somewhere. So maybe right there like that. You really need a popsicle stick. something, not a pair of scissors. So in the next video, we will cut this. I'll cut it on camera. We'll cut this and we will start to decorate. Add some decorations, which will be really fun. Then I have this large picture. I've got this bird. Let's see, where can we go here? Maybe right there. We'll use the bird and the 21, even though I think the 21 probably goes with that postage. A little postage cancellation stamp. Put this here. And now let's get into the washi, because I'm going to show you too. If you're like me, I love washi tape. And if it's out of sight, out of mind, I tend not to use it. And so I went and pulled just a couple, just random. I didn't pull anything. I didn't know what I was pulling. I just put my hand in there and okay, that needs to go right there. There we go. I love that. I'm secretly hoping that that doesn't get cut, but maybe tomorrow when I cut this, we'll cut it on this side so that you'll know I'm not, I'm practicing what I'm preaching, so we won't, I can't see it and I won't know, I won't be able to do anything that I'm not telling you guys to do or asking you guys to do. So, maybe we'll put this. Let's just use this up. So I don't know really what else I would do with it. So let's put it right here, these lines. And then I want to show you something else. If you have some die cuts left over, I was thinking about this earlier. If you have die cuts, because I've got these die cuts left over, and I was sitting there thinking, what are you going to do with these? You really could randomly glue these down as well, anywhere you wanted them to be, and you could use these. I think I'm not, because they're hearts and because I don't want hearts, but otherwise, if you've got die cuts, this would be a really great place to add your die cuts as well. So I just wanted to be sure that I mentioned that, but this is pretty cool. I'm going to go over this. Hopefully it's dry enough. It's just a little bit damp. I'm going to go over it lightly with some Distress ink, especially this white. And then I'm going to pull out some washi tape. And let's see where we can use some of that. So if you're not a random person, give this a try. Don't think about it. Give it a try. Cut it upside down and amaze yourself, because you will be amazed. And I will go through again the ones that I cut. And maybe we'll do on camera, let's do the other board. But that's, isn't that, I mean, it is really pretty, guys. So I pulled out some washi. This is new, I've not used it. Let's see what I've got. Let's see where we could put a piece or two. I can tell what's upside down. just stick it right here. And you're probably thinking, ooh, that's kind of funky. That's kind of funky looking. Well, let's see what it looks like tomorrow when we cut it. And then I've got this little bit here. Let's take a little piece of this. Maybe put it right here. Like that. It adds another layer. Do you see that? You see that right there? It just adds another layer here. And maybe put a piece up here. Because this piece here is just so randomly sitting there, I'm going to be excited to cut this. I'm going to let this dry overnight just so that it's not damp at all. And tomorrow when we go to put it on the board, we will put it on the board like this and have a go at it and see what we think. I do want to start at this end though, so it will be on the board this way, because if I end up with any leftover that's wider than 2.5, I'd rather have it be this side than this side, because this has so much texture and stuff going for it. So I'm going to put this board down and I'm going to pull out the little one. So we've got this one here. Let's play with this one for a little bit. Or did I do that already? Okay, I do have some napkin decoupage here and some washi tape. I thought for sure I had a piece of board that I had not done anything with, but I don't. Doesn't look like I do. So let's go ahead and add a couple rub-ons to this. And let's tone this white down with some Distress ink, because I think it really makes all the difference in the world if you tone it down some. Okay, I have promised myself to finish up these rub-ons. What if we put that there? Here's a little spool with thread. And then these rub-ons actually came out of the Creative box. And so the subscription box, this is the very last of them. So let's do this. And then I will have had them, they're done. Now this is being rubbed onto Collage Page, because that's a napkin. Let's see if it'll stick. Hopefully. Nope, it does not want to stick at all. So that's interesting. And there's probably Collage Page on here as well. Yeah, doesn't want to stick. Let's see if I can make this stick. And if not, I'm gonna, nope, it does not want to stick. So that's okay. It looks like it should be there. Where do I don't think I've got Collage Page anywhere here. So let's see if this will work. The sound of that's probably making you cringe. It's like chalk on a nails on a blackboard. Let's see if this will come off. Okay, this Okay. Hopefully this will stick. Where's the end? I missed a little bit, just a little bit. I hope that'll work. That worked. That worked right there. This worked. I'm hoping it worked. I just have this tiny, tiny little piece here. I'm like, let's put it somewhere. I'll just put it right here. There's nothing on this. Just to say we did. There we go. All right, just for a little interest, so that takes care of that. So this is cool. I wonder if maybe we should go ahead and cut this. And because depending upon if I cut this in half, that's a pretty good length for tags. So let's go ahead and cut that on camera. Let's turn it upside down. Let me even off the end here. Don't want to lose too much. And then we'll put this at, our width here really is 5, so 2.5 is going to be a good place to be. It's almost right down the center. Look what we've got here. That's really pretty. Right there. And then we've got this one. So I need to straighten this out. Cut that end off. And look what we have. So then we are measuring, let me see guys, sorry I've got to go off camera just a little bit. About 7 3/4. So that's when you kind of get to the decision, do I want to leave this as a pocket in a journal? Do I want to cut this in half? This is where I usually then tend to leave things because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. But you can see it's exciting because you just don't know when you cut things off where they're going to be. So right now, let's go over what we had done, what I had done off camera, which was these tags here. And this is an example of another one of the ones where this might be a side pocket in a journal, or I could cut it in half. That's why you're seeing these pieces that I've left lengthwise, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. Where the rest of these are, we're going to decorate these because they're not done. You could leave them like this. There's nothing wrong with them, but I'm going to decorate them. And before I do, I'm going to go ahead and put tea-dyed paper on the back while they're flat before I put anything on the front, so that I can press down and make sure the paper's adhered. But that's where we are going. And then I have these that I haven't finished. This I thought might make, just because of the way it's facing. I mean, it could be a side pocket. It could be, I could cut this in half and have 2 tags. But this would make two really great pockets for the bottom of a journal, or belly bands. If we cut this in half, then we could decorate this and use this as belly bands. The same with this one here. It's much wider, but we could do that here. I think I might go ahead and do some napkin collaging on that. And this one. This one, I don't know what we're going to do with this one yet. Could collage on that, could collage on this. If you want to stick around, let's collage these and see what we come up with. We've got a lot to decorate. Let's collage this one anyway, because it's pretty, it's a little too white for me. Too white. So what do I have left? I've got, this feels like it had some collaging on it, so it feels pretty thick. That is pretty right here. We could put this up here. I think I really do. Well, let's not think about it. Let's just do it. Get my brush. Make it happen. Put this right here. I really don't want to hide that butterfly. That works. And how about let's do some of this napkin here. I think this border is really pretty. Let's do some of this. Maybe right there. It's amazing how you start out with one thing and then you start adding all these different elements to it. And then when you cut it and you start decorating, you're adding even more elements to it. And your finished product doesn't look anything like you thought it would. It's better. It's always better than what you thought it would be. I mean, that's my opinion, but that's what I have always found, that it's just prettier than I would have ever thought it could be. This is a great way to make tags, a lot of tags at one time. And like I said, you want to make sure that napkin is down, because when you go to cut, and I won't cut this in half. You can see how wide this is. I will cut this in, I won't cut it in half lengthwise. Although you could and make like journal bookmarks, I probably will cut this in half and make just larger tags. I had brought this piece of napkin out with these peacocks because I really wanted to do something with it, but I didn't see anything really with the colors that I liked. And so I haven't used it, but it's so pretty. So here we've got a pink rose, and I think I'm going to put this rose up here at the top. And then I have no idea how long this video is. I'm going to call it done. And we will come back in the next video and we will cut the one and start decorating those tags. So I will have a bunch of ephemera with me tomorrow, and we will see what we can create with get this out of here so it's not glaring at you. We will see what we create with this right here. But you can see now, we started with the Cheerio box yesterday, and today we have this. And I think it's really, really, really pretty. And we will cut this tomorrow upside down, right side down, and then we will take what we have and we will decorate it. So I'm excited for that. And yeah, I'm looking at the butterfly thinking, what am I get? How's it gonna look if it's cut in half or a little bits cut off? But I think you'll be amazed. It's just fun. And then when you have boards like this, you can just store them until you need tags, and just come out and have a lot of fun with it. So, all right, guys, hopefully this was not boring and it was interesting and fun. And I will catch you in the next video when we cut this up and turn it into something great. Have a really wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you later, guys. Bye.